Hello everyone, welcome back to This Week at MBE. It is nighttime here, so the guys are all gone home. Biggs had, this is a billet Ford head that we're doing. This is for Mr. Farrell. We have two versions of this. We have the version with the extra fasteners, and we have the 10-bolt pattern, and we have the extra fasteners. He did not want the extra fasteners. He wanted everything to look cleaner because he wasn't using them, so we went and redid the program for him. So it doesn't have the extra fasteners, so it will look clean for him. So this is Op 1. So this starts off as a 107-pound chunk of aluminum. When these are finished, and they have seats and guides in them and everything, this head will weigh about 35 pounds. So kind of gives you an idea of the waste that's involved in it. The mate's over here. This op's already finished. So these are getting pretty close. They'll get seats and guides in them, and we'll rerun, and then it'll finish all the ports and the rocker gear and all of that, but we're pretty close. You can see we have all these extra tools out. The carousel machine holds 32 tools, but to do a billet cylinder head, as you can see, takes like 40 tools. So the guys try and line all that up so we don't have much downtime with changing tools. So most of this stuff will get done at the end on, just very short programs. And so it's going to be, basically it's going to be billet month, because we're running billet small block Chevys next. We're putting some of those in inventory. We'll have billet Fords in inventory. And we have two new billet manifolds that we had the tool pass finished for the one. Scott's finishing up the tool path while these are running for the other. So we'll have a big block Ford that'll match our A460 cylinder heads and many different deck heights it'll fit. And we're going to have a 9.8 and it should fit a 9.6 deck height for the big 9s also. So we'll have a variation. We go from 9.6 to 10.7 with the billet manifold for the big 9 at least. Okay, and then we'll come up through here. We got this is a set of MBE cylinder heads. These are a 2015. So these are a 2520 valve. Back then they were inch 900. I don't know if these have been updated to the inch 930 stuff that we do. But these are here for service. And then we have one of our 12-degree CID small block Ford heads. This has all the lightning and everything on it, so it almost looks like a billet cylinder head. If you can get down here, Biggs. So they look close to a billet when they're finished with all the lightning that goes on up in here and everything. That lightning program knocks about 7 pounds off per head, so it is substantial. But what's nice about this head, it might be heavy, but it's rigid. It doesn't move around. And John created a really nice piece for all of us cylinder head porters to use. We're very fortunate that we have somebody doing stuff like that. So you can see we have big 9s in inventory. We've already run some of the programs on those, so basically those are order ready to go. Typically when an order of big 9s come in, they can be on the machine and off the machine in a matter of days. And then it's just getting the valve orders and everything else like that going. We're going to be putting some rockers in inventory on the big 9s, on the 18-degree max pulls for sure. The 13-degree wedge, we're going to put some in also to try and speed up time frames. And then, of course, there's a big 9 intake there. So we're going to offer this, from a 9.8 deck, 9.6, things like that. We're going to offer it for that also. And we'll have a bunch of these billet chunks coming in to do all the manifolds. We got a lot of manifolds to do, and I'm excited because they're gorgeous and they run good. That's the most important thing. And then we'll come in here. We got more big 9s, so you can. This would be a normally aspirated version. It's got the NA chamber in it, and of course all the other things we always talk about with all the fasteners and everything. You got a head that a real flow number is over 600. Like I say that's on a 1020 flow bench. On a 600 flow bench, this probably goes 625 or something, and it shows. That thing runs good, and the area is all correct. It's not too big in the bowl, like ports. The whole thing is right, and that's been proven over and over and over. So this is pretty cool. This is a set for Mr. Gomhoff and their customer. It's got the serial number on it, looking all pretty. But these are going on a Roots blower. So that's to be the first one we've done for the big 9. We have an intake coming in. We're going to see if that'll fit. That'll be here probably by the end of the week, and then we'll get all that mocked up. but this is a set of big 9s. This is an example of having this stuff in inventory. We actually had rockers, we had cylinder heads and everything. The customer had a customer that wanted everything right away, so they'll have everything in a matter of weeks. And that's what we're trying to do, trying to make everything so it's not an issue. These are for Rube Allman. This is also a blower set up here. So these heads are finished. You can tell it's got everything to mock the manifold up with, but these heads are completely finished. So we're cruising on that. And there's the manifold and the Mearsh manifold right here for those. So we got we have actually 3 sets of these to do with the root style blower manifold. So we got all the manifolds are here. We'll have this done pretty quick, and we will do a video on this so you guys can see everything. And then we have we got 4.5 pounds of 13 degree or 10 degree wedge Dominator manifold right there. And then we got a Dave Hughes intake for the big 9s. So this person's either going to run 2 throttle bodies. I would guess an AccuFab probably throttle body on this, or it's going to have 2 carburetors on it. So that's for the big 9s. Got the water crossover in it. We use Dave, on the NA stuff. We think he does a really good job. And then we also use Hogans for things too, and they do a great job too. Those guys are artists. Him and his son for sure. Yep, and that's the manifold we just spoke about. So that's the 10 degrees. Go in here, Mr. Biggs. So these will get the next op. These are the small block Chevys. So we have some standard lifter and spread lifter. We have a set of power adder small block Chevys for the spread lifter. Those are in inventory. Those are completely finished with the AntiDetone Chamber. That's going to be a set for a spread lifter. So the ports are a little bit different from the spread lifter to the standard lifter spacing. We got to make room for the push rod. So if we spread the lifters, we can get more port in it, and you can get the push rod straighter. And here's another set of big 9s here. So these are fresh off the machine. They haven't been valve jobbed yet, as you can tell. So guides have been honed. Now they go on for valve job. Then they'll be CC'd and decked, and then probably the manifold will be laid out next, or valley trays for the billet valley tray and intake manifold. Oh, it is getting a valley tray. It's right there. These are a set that came in for soft chamber, and to get these ready for a Pro Charger application. So we ordered the valves for the gentleman. We put soft chambers in it. We updated the chamber. And this is a profile filer set. We don't offer CNC programs for this, but we were able to update the chamber for him. We were able to put the soft chamber in it. But when we updated the chamber, all the mid-lift numbers come in. Also, what it does, it makes the chamber not so fast. So now it's not going to be much less prone to detonate. And we suggested that he did that, and it's a kind of a win-win-win because you'll pick up power and you'll get rid of the detonation. So we do that for people. So this got hoops, updated the valve job, and we updated the chambers. And then when he gets everything, he can just put them on. And he's ready to go, and he can be rest assured that it has the proper valve in it for 4,000 or 3,000 horsepower, whatever he's going to make with it. And they'll be ready to go and not have any issues. And just big 9s right here. And this is a set of Pro Mod heads, or our like Brad Anderson platform cylinder heads that we do. So this has a 2520 intake valve, inch 930. These are for sale. This is a used set right here. So they're all freshened. Everything's fresh from us right here. I mean, you can see they look really nice. And everything's been freshened. These are ready to go, ready to be put together. We can sell them with valves or without valves. So feel free to call on those. Those are ready to go. And like we talk about the cast manifold, because not everybody wants the billet manifold. Typically just because of price reasons, I get it. You can see how much lower our manifold is. It's about an inch lower. It makes more power and it's lighter. So sometimes that helps for hood clearance issues. Some people think because it's a billet that everything got higher. It actually got lower. We felt that this manifold was much too high. Great option at the time. Rick at Edelbrock did a great job when he did this. That's, you know, for sure. It was a huge upgrade to what we had to offer, but things evolve, and that's why we have this now with the valley tray and the fasteners that won't rust. All stainless here. And then let's go back here. So we're doing some EFI work on this manifold. The customer wanted to add a fuel rail, so we're doing all that for him here. That's for Damon Merchant in the Street Outlaws. So he asked if we could make some changes to it. So we're doing all that for him. I've mentioned Ian might have that done by the end of the day tomorrow. He's pretty damn good at all of that stuff. And then Biggs, I think that's about it right now. It's another big 9. That's the mate to that other one. But thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a good night.